Recording in progress.
Isn't she aggressive? It just sounds so disconnected when she says that.
Yeah.
Recording in progress.
Uh, Down at the bottom of mine, it said, "Do you wish to activate your AI assistant?" And I thought,
But
to what end?
see, that's a really good question.
Makes you wonder, right?
It
I need,
does.
I, do I need somebody to join in the conversation on my side or what? I don't understand. So,
If you don't understand it worse, I'm scared. I have to turn off my because here we still have musical equipment plugged in,
reverb.
reverb, and oh, Frank Zappa in Joe's garage had the central scrutinizer. I have the central harmonizer.
That would actually be a good invention.
Well, Palantir Technologies is a little scary, right? I think they've already invented that, haven't they? Don't they? Like from what I can tell, don't they want to be the hub of literally everything from
Yeah,
personal to
yeah.
microwave pulses? They're a
I
little
think I
scary.
think they're doing deharmonizing.
Yeah, they're the deharmonize, the central deharmonizer.
Yeah. Well, one of the things, like in yoga, when you do mantra yoga, the idea is that you would, at some point, if you have a group of people, become harmonic in the meditation, in the sounds. They call it sound current. And of course, as soon as the government figures out that there's this thing as sound current, they try to figure out how to weaponize it.
Well, they try to
So,
weaponize everything. I mean, and this is where I won't use any of our pet adjectives. Dr. Stephen Greer is correct when he says they've got all these weaponized things, which if they were used for good, could probably clean up the air, clean the water, and fix everything. But they don't
oh
want
yeah,
to do that. They'd rather kill everybody.
yeah. The what was interesting, I was doing a meditation the other night, and I thought, well, why don't I just check my own body for harmonics, is what it's called. And so I found out, like I would go, say, at zero, my feet, and work my way up inch by inch, and you could figure out where there was disharmony in the body. Well, that's the same thing that occurs in Chinese medicine, Chinese energetic medicine. You're looking for blockages, which as a musical tone would become a disharmony in your little symphony you got going. So I actually found several of those. But back to the yoga class, if you're chanting along at some point, if they're all good, you hit a point of what's called high harmonics, where the actual scale shifts. And it's the most phenomenal thing in the world because it's very healing. So, so I like that. I used to tell people I do those classes just so I can participate in the high harmonics that occur. So,
Santa Monica Yoga. I still participate every once in a while at Santa Monica Yoga, and one of the instructors there, Julian, um, at the beginning of class, we sit and we chant, and
yeah,
there's always the harmonizing going on. Always. The only thing I haven't done has been in the room because I'm in New York, not in Santa Monica. However, that's part of the whole thing. So that was actually
yeah.
also my favorite part because I love harmonies. I've loved harmonies since I was a child. Um, and now what you're saying, it makes sense when when you're somebody who gravitates toward harmony. It's like that inner knowing is already there and taking you there,
Mhm.
you know. So I'm
Yeah, 'cause
grateful for
everybody comes into class, we would do chants, and people say, "Why do you do them?" Well, I would tell people it is to get you into this space. Like if you've been outside in the world and walk in the house, you're not in harmony with your home. You're not in harmony with yourself. And so the idea is you would do a mantra before you go in or before you go out becomes protective behavior, is what we would call it. It's to find a way to be centered before you need to be centered and
That's
to bring everybody into the same space so that you're not fighting the disharmony of any person or group. How's that?
that's I'm working on not over speaking you when ideas pop in my head in response. It's a work in progress, clearly.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, yeah,
interrupt.
let's apply it. How harmonious do you think the US government is, or any particular branch of it is?
That's what I was gonna say. I sent you an email earlier, and I know your time is limited, and I know I'm a real like cowboy when it comes to sending long emails, um, with lots of thought spew in there. But somewhere in the haystack, there's a nice needle that's good to poke the balloon and get all hot air out.
Yeah.
And one of the things I noticed with this Palantir company, you know, like their advertising slogans. Like right there, that's nuts. Or very accurate and aggressive use of like win the battle before it begins,
Oh,
deliver.
yeah.
Yeah, this is how they weaponize, and everybody, I think, even subconsciously weaponizes vocabulary because it's just in the field. The behavior is in the field and it seeps into society.
Yeah, it's a good plan.
Yeah, if you're looking to be the central deharmonizer and the
Yeah.
central scrutinizer of all, but I
Oh,
don't think it's even human beings actually. I mean, the human beings facilitated it, but what's in charge of that whole thing is AI. It's not a human being. So,
well,
isn't it?
you're getting into an area of like, I'm not even sure, and from my research and work on people, the number of people that are actually themselves is almost non-existent. The number of people that have entities, spirit attachments, demons, non-human intelligence, non-human whatever, non-physical bodies. I mean, that's the majority of what goes on.
Well,
And
and that's a long, long list. I'm sure it goes
yeah,
longer than what you just said. That's just off the top of your head.
right. Yeah, and
Um,
that's why you don't actually see what's maneuvering consciousness and actions and activities on this planet. It's very simple.
okay, but if one is tuned in coherently and with skill, one can see all of those things, can one not?
Yeah, that historically, that's what we called seers and channelers and all this other stuff. A channeler is just admitting that they're in contact with something that's non-human, non-physical, non-incorporated into a human physical being. And the number of them is millions and billions. I mean, there's no end to them. That's why we gave them categories, domains, um, lower fourth astral. Like there's all kinds of names, and each one of them. I think Siri Paul Twitchell in the Tiger's Fang listed out 400 of them as separate places where there's groups of these things that actually control consciousness to the great majority of people.
Which is what everybody's conflating with aliens and spaceships.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Conflating
Because
it with that, and they don't understand that, the different once you use the proper vocabulary for what's going
yes,
on,
that's
then
uh-huh.
it becomes very clear what's going on. But a lot of people, this is where I feel kind of, I'm trying to choose my words carefully here. Uh I have compassion for people like Ross Coulthart who are trying so hard to figure this out when if they were only to stop trying to figure it out intellectually and learn how to feel into things and
Yeah.
stop insisting that they don't know how to do that and they're a terrible meditator, like just you keep reinforcing intellectually all the things that throw a stick in your own spokes, right? You throw yourself over your own handlebars with the pre-assuming that you don't know what you're doing and then speaking that out into that causes it to not be,
Right.
you know.
Excuse me, I got
Sorry.
a little cough.
No, that's okay because I can keep talking. I'm good at that.
Okay.
Well, I
Okay.
think that also brings in
Um,
like belief, knowing, and thinking, those three different things.
yes, yes, absolutely. And all of them are subject to interference. So so
If
once you say that, then we go, what kind of interference and where's it coming from? And hello, Palantir, hello, Microsoft, hello, Tesla,
Google, hello,
Google,
Samsung,
any,
hello, my cell
anybody,
phone.
yeah, anybody you want to talk about, any kind of electromagnetic spectrum is all subject to all this. It's not just humans. And
No, but I think that that's what disclosure is all about, them having weaponized this stuff and the outrage and the terror of the people when they find out that their government is actually psychotic. And
oh,
you
that's
know,
a
people won't
wait a minute.
accept that.
Let's just take a look at that. Okay.
Yes.
How psychotic on a 1 to 10 scale is the United States government?
There is no number. I don't think there is a number for
Yeah,
how
it's above, it's what we call
it's
above,
above infinity.
yeah, no, it's above the 1 to 10 scale. It's about a 12. Well, how psychotic is Mexico? About a 9. Oh, well,
I
we're
don't
not doing
know.
much better. How about
Would there
Canada?
like boogies?
Canada's about a 13.
What
So
what's a
England
boogie
is
sphere?
about 20. Huh?
I said, here we go.
Um,
Hey Randy, I got a question.
so anyway, we can take a look at that. We can go in the field and ask, right?
We can.
Yeah.
Anybody can if they know how to disengage from the collapsed reality.
Right. Okay, what's your question?
Well, let's I did a fail last time or a couple weeks ago when I said hey Randy or didn't say hey Randy and you said what's your question? So we got our dialogue messed up. All right. Hey Randy,
Yes.
I have a question.
What is your question?
What's the boogie sphere? Speaking
I
of
don't know.
Mexico, the,
Huh?
the oogie boogie woogie sphere.
I don't know what
You
you're
know?
saying. Yeah.
Well, it's in Mexico. You said Mexico. I thought Buga sphere because I'm very, stream of consciousness and
Oh no, that thing was made in the, let's see, just a second, let me look.
yeah, go ahead.
In the 1990, 1998, somewhere around in there. Soon
Mhm.
as manufactured. But it's an ooh ah thing right now. Ooh
Right.
ah. Yeah, if you finish the song, it's ooh ah walla walla bing bang.
Ooh ee ooh ah ah ting tang walla walla bing bang.
Yeah, only we call it a boogaloo or whatever the hell they're
I
calling
went
it.
to the witch doctor and
Yeah.
got a boogie sphere.
It's the most amazing thing in the world to me that people become fascinated with one little thing and there's no extension. There's no like what's the context and for that being in existence and in our awareness right now.
Mm.
And ultimately, you get to where somebody goes decided to introduce a crystal skull or some crazy thing that makes people go, "Ooh, wow!" You
Ooh
know.
ah.
Now I know the secrets of the universe. That's always a good one, right?
What if I
So
told you?
I hate that.
That's why I did it, just to
Yeah,
because it's the
it's
same thing, isn't it? What if I told you that I had a
oh yeah,
booger
And-
in my sphere?
yeah. And of course we have it well protected to let you know it's valuable. Have you, if you look at all the PR on it, that's all it
Oh yeah,
is.
the guy from
It's,
Skinwalker Ranch wants to buy it or something, I think.
yeah,
Maybe I'm conflating that with another story about some
no, no, that's
that is the
just
same
a
guy. I think
storyline.
it is.
It's
Whatever.
just a storyline they're following to maintain interest. It's kind of like every chapter has to have a cliffhanger. So they found the object. Oh, now we need the guy from Skinwalker Ranch to buy it. And it's like, oh my God, tune in Monday. We're back to
Right.
that again.
When you find out that Raytheon has, I don't
Yeah.
want to say the word block them. It rhymes with block, but I won't say it because I know you're a sensitive young lad with ears that don't like that.
No, you're missing the biggie. You know, we had a saying in
And
San Diego, and it was called General Dynamics, who art our Father in heaven. And, and it showed your proper place in the universe in relation to everything. So,
look, you're
uh,
important, but you're super tiny, but you're also super big, all at the same
oh
time.
yeah, yeah. We all belong, right?
We do, and I think we're all a big giant juxtaposition because we are the teeniest and the largest in
Yeah.
energetically, and that's the truth. Like that, it doesn't contradict itself, even though it sounds like it does.
Okay, let's throw some facts out. How corrupt is California government? 1 to 10. 50.
15.
50. How
Okay,
about
I got the
Chicago?
fifth sound part.
30. This is 1 to 10 scale, 30. New York City, 50. It's like Miami, 20. Oh, well, that's a pretty nice place. Austin, Texas,
Iowa,
30.
Iowa.
Like Iowa, 5. They're
Maybe that's
actually,
where I need to move.
yeah, because you'd have a better than even chance
Being
of
coherent and
proper,
not being.
we would say, proper interactions.
Well, yeah,
So,
because then there'd be less. Okay, states where there would be less of this kind of interference would be
right, right.
Iowa. What's Vermont
Uh,
like? Expensive.
well, say 1 to 10 hours of 5. Oklahoma's a 3.
Outrageous.
Colorado's 50. It's crazy too. New Mexico's a 2. Arizona's a 10. So you can just kind of take your place, and what it gets into is a geomorphic interaction between that particular physical place and your own energy field. And also that relates then to the consciousness of the place. Think Salt Lake City and it being Mormon 90% or better. You have a pervading consciousness, a pervading geomorphic field.
So what's Utah's number?
Utah's numbers is 70. It's one of the worst. See, people don't think this way because all you're wanting is to be able to get a geographical picture of high and low spots in the world to be in.
It's kind of like
Um,
listening to Stefan Burns and when he shows you the high and low waves of the solar flares and the geospatial weather. Like I like watching that because it gives you a visual of where the waves and where the peaks and the whatever, I mean, it's kind of like
oh,
being able to
yeah. Well,
see
I'll give,
geographically in that same way.
yeah, I'll give you another one. Who's the boogeyman?
Stephen Greer.
Russia, 1 to 10 scale is a 7. China's a 4. See, they keep trying to drum up China as a boogeyman. Iran, a 1.
I think we're probably the
Israel,
boogeyman.
huh?
We are
Well,
Israel.
yeah, I'm just saying the mirror, the reciprocal of our interactions, we could call it. So when you start looking at that, it's like when they throw Russia at you, it's like Russia, Russia, Russia. They throw Iran at you, and you're like, wow, that's a long ways away. Oh, China. Well, it just doesn't resonate at the level they want to. They need better writers. They need to call me and you. I think we could straighten it out for them.
I'm
And,
flattered that you're including me in this.
yeah, well, we could be the writers' room for national governments, when they're plotting their world
Well,
takeovers.
maybe we could be the anti-Palantir.
Well, if you bought it last September at $25, you'd be doing pretty good right now as a stock.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't let what you like or dislike keep you from doing well.
that's true.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah. And they're the popular one.
right. It's like all the people we think are the bad guys. They're the ones whose stocks are flaring. That's, so wait till it tanks and then buy it real quick and then you'll make some money.
Yeah, it's the
Oh.
wave of the future. That's one way to look at it.
Well, it's like riding the wave at its lowest and highest peak and knowing when and how to navigate that so that you don't get smashed, is what it
Yeah,
sounds like.
yeah. But it was funny. Last fall, they were telling you Palantir was going to be the new golden child. All the news, all
Mm.
the petitions for buying it,
I'd never
and what
even heard of them until today.
and then what they were telling you is their technology is what's going to be applied to people in the world for the next like 9 years. So there you go. There's your growth stop.
Yeah, well, for the next 9 years, but they're not telling you that it's been for the last also however many years that they've been operating. Um,
Yeah.
here's something to look at.
What's your question?
Hey Randy, I got another question.
Okay, let's hear it.
It was stated that a company called Siemens made 200 billion chips to be radio frequency chips at the behest of a three-letter agency back in the 70s. So if those were distributed, how and to whom? And are they still working?
Um, they're not still working. That's old technology. We say generation wise is about a fifth generation product, and we're already up to about 31 on the level of development. So now we're taking microdots, nanotechnology, and of course that's all been around for 15, 25, 20, 25 years. And and so if you look at the advancements in the last 25 years of which you have no knowledge and are not published, then you'd realize that um, you might as well just join in the fun. There's no escape from it. Okay. And we say that at the same time, uh, there has to be a commensurate technology that would learn to block it. It's just that that hasn't been revealed yet. So we're very much in the dark about the advancement of science. You know, what you see around you just represents old technology. That's all it amounts to.
It's like
Everything you
junk.
hear about, everything you hear about is old technology. Okay.
Where does it go when it becomes defunct? Is it like space junk that just gets left for someone to clean up later?
It becomes landfill. So, and that's the other problem too, is they want incremental change, whoever they are. And if you go into like if you released iPhone 24 tomorrow, it's like, well, you just skipped 7 generations of income. They're
That's
not going to
right.
do that.
Well,
Not
sure,
going to do
because
that. So,
apparently, I don't think this is BS. You know, it felt like it's entirely probable that iPhone already has apps that could figure out if there's a tumor and then
oh
figure out
yeah,
what
yeah,
kind of tumor. Like they
yeah.
already know how.
Well, let's look at Tesla. They have LiDAR on the corners of their car for for the technology to know where they are and stuff. Well, the same technology applied to a human body, and you would be able to discover the little things underneath the Great Pyramid, you know?
Okay, so what have we already
That's
swallowed?
old
How's them
technology.
like, in
What?
my banana?
What?
You know? In my banana is the nanotechnology they need to track me for the rest of my living in this vessel. and maybe
Oh,
further.
well, I look at it this way as just how important am I that they would go to the effort of producing all that technology for little old me.
I'm so flattered. It's very flattering.
Yeah. And
My
how does
head's
that
getting swollen.
make my hair grow and belly
Yeah,
fat go away? And,
that's
what if I told you?
what if I told you we could go to the Waffle House every morning and
Oh,
never
no.
gain weight?
Yeah. Yeah. If you think there's something inherently bad in technology, you haven't looked at the state of food in this country lately,
Oh,
right?
well, there's somebody looking at it, and then we've got my buddy Penny Kelly going, I see the golden arches crumbling, and I'm thinking, hallelujah.
Yeah.
I hope it does. Because
I
how
like,
long can you keep selling fake food to people?
yeah. I like what one guy said the other day. He said there's 8 billion McDonald's meals served a day. And he goes, there's not that many cows on the planet.
Yeah,
And
if you okay, if you're
you're
like
like,
Mr. Spock
okay,
and you listen to that and you look at it
yeah,
logically, how many cows are there to make all these
yeah,
recipes? And out of what? Like we're
yeah.
talking about.
I, I don't know, but I'm sure the math there is pretty wild. Okay.
My elementary school teacher used to call McDonald's kangaroo burgers. And today I think if only that would be healthier than what what was in there. Oh man.
That's really funny. I have a, excuse me, a t-shirt I'm wearing under here says one kangaroo yoga group. And I had them printed because I was teaching a class of about 50, 60 people. And there was a new student. And afterwards, he comes up to me and goes, why do you keep saying one kangaroo? And I went, the meditation was called Wahe Guru, not one kangaroo. But in his head, it's just like when we listen to music. All he could do, and I'm sure for 30 minutes, was chant, one kangaroo, one kangaroo, one kangaroo. So
That's
that's why I had the t-shirt printed. They're collector items, I only have a couple.
that's okay. With the day you
Yeah.
start a yoga school franchise, then it can be called that.
Yeah. And so when we hear things, we're not even hearing them right, let alone seeing them right. So, good luck trying to figure out this world. Okay. That's why you need a break. That's why you need to watch TV. It's why you need to watch professional sports.
Yeah, or
It's why,
meditate, or look at your,
it's
or
why you need a beer, right? Oh, I
Coors.
wonder.
Coors and
Yeah.
Waffle House. Today's episode is brought to you by
No, they're
Coors.
not paying us yet. We don't want to promote them unless they pay us, right?
Maybe we can get the Boogie Sphere to pay us.
The
What do you think?
Boogosphere. I
The
love that one.
Boogie Sphere.
Yeah, sphere being alliances, sphere beings, the sphere in Vegas. This is all precursor language that, keeps traveling along till everybody gets tired of it. That's the way
Right,
I
but
look.
then they have to escalate the net. This is why they're developing the next movie right now while we're still watching this one.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, well, why do flying saucers have to look like flying saucers? Why couldn't they look like the Death Star? You
Why
know,
do I want to start playing the Carpenter song right now?
huh?
I want to play a Karen Carpenter song right now.
Oh yeah.
I do look like I do.
No, you need Leslie Gore. Why do the stars go on shining?
Yeah, I think you've got a crush on Leslie Gore. I think you like her.
Mhm.
You must. It's the second time you've brought her up.
I think it's one of the most applicable songs to current situation. Everybody gets all excited. Here's the rules. Whatever it is, make it wrong and make it about you. Global warming. Oh my God, it's making me, you know, be too hot or too cold or too wet or something. You see how it has to be wrong and it has to be about you. So that's how all politicians are. They tell you what's wrong and then they tell you why they're outraged about it. And you get all sucked in and try to be on their side or the other side. And we call it, what's that show? Mm, Family something or other where they have to ask the question and get
Oh, Family
90%
Feud
right.
with Richard
Family.
Dawson. Dickie
Yeah.
Dawson.
Yeah.
I like
All you have to do is realize that you're watching Family Feud or Hee Haw when you're watching politics. I, I think it's more like Hee Haw.
Maybe
And
it's Rowan and Martin's laughing. And the
yeah,
Smother Brothers, like, all of that good stuff that doesn't exist
yeah.
anymore.
Well, they brought in Hee Haw and made it popular because Smother Brothers was getting too political.
That's right. They got canned off CBS. They did
Yeah,
that
because
one show and then they never came back. I remember that from
that's
when
right.
I was little. And my mom was, this is outrageous. She was
Yeah,
outraged.
yeah. They dared to tell the truth about politicians and policies.
Well,
Right?
it's a good thing if YouTube decides to cancel us, we can always go to Rumble.
Ah, yeah,
Right? Hey, I
yeah.
have friends who have over-the-top networks. We can go to Red Coral Universe. Maybe they'll even have us on like on a weekly like thing with advertising on both sides, and then we can make some money even.
Yeah, yeah. I've actually thought about building a YouTube cathedral. Allow people to go worship in proper form, you might say.
Well, here's a good one. I mean, this is one of the gurus to whom everybody goes. I'm not going to mention his name because I don't need to be a B word. Um, uh, I do that in my personal life sometimes to make points enough. But you pay for YouTube Premium to get no commercials. And then these people come in and interrupt their own interview. Like if right now I were to say something like, hold on a second, Randy, we got to pay the bills. So and so sent me this whatever, and I drink it every day. And la la, and I'm sitting here going, are you kidding me? I just paid good money to get rid of the commercials, and now my host. So now not only is he getting money from all of the views, he's
Right.
also getting money from the sponsor for spewing that. So if you're buying no commercials, that it doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Right?
I just laugh at the progress that you go from, say, talking about things to all of a sudden the first 5 minutes is about you can buy coffee or you can buy this or that. And
Like what that
I
has to do with
think we're
labor
destined to be
scarcity.
a failure because we don't have anything to sell except the truth.
Yeah, and that's, nobody even wants that for free, apparently, or
Yeah.
very few.
Yeah, or they just ask us questions and get the answer they want, kind of like AI.
Does that mean we're their companions?
Huh?
It's Randy and Randy, your companions, right? It can be your Randy and Randy assistants,
Maybe we can be your AI companion, right?
right? We can be your sentient companions.
Yeah.
That'll
N-
cost you extra.
Yeah, because, um, what did they call it? Authentic was a big word for a while. Right? Your authentic self, that was a big push. That disappeared right along with Ascension and a few other things, right?
Oh, we're moving from
So,
4D to 5D. There's a new Earth. There's all this stuff. But honestly, I feel like those are all coining phrases and it's a vocabulary for the same basic idea of there being a shift of consciousness, like we hope. Um, and even that
well,
vocabulary is not. It's
no,
people.
no. That's all these people want to, including me, want to talk about consciousness. And consciousness is an outcome of awareness. And nobody wants to talk about that. It's the
I
reason I
do.
studied martial arts and Kundalini yoga for so long is because it's about awareness. They call Kundalini yoga yoga of awareness. They call ninjutsu and kung fu and some of those secret arts. It's all about awareness
I
and
did
extending.
Taekwondo. If you're not aware, you get kicked right in the freaking face, man.
Right.
That's
That's
what.
exactly. Yeah. So if you can
And then and
extend
then
your,
and then it's your fault for getting kicked and not getting out of the way, not the guy who kicked you.
because once you extend your awareness, you have the option of responding. Whereas if you expand your consciousness, all you've done is frozen your responses to reality. There's a key kicker for everybody.
Okay, and once you're in that frozen space, it makes it a little hard to make decisions.
Yes, and that's where everybody is. There's they definitely what do you call it? Lowered the speed.
Vibration, frequency,
Yeah,
speed,
well, yeah, what do they call it?
oscillation rate.
Processing speed.
Ah,
Your process, like you have a Jeep, what do they call it? CPU.
yeah.
You have processors, and you have a refresh rate, and nobody talks about those in reference to consciousness except me, because those are important components. It's like how fast can you make decisions? And it's like how
Okay.
fast can you assimilate information? Do you need an upgrade?
You need
Do
a
we need to put
defrag.
a
How
game?
about that?
We need, yeah, we need a gaming chip and two thumbs to work. What do we call those controllers?
Defragmentation, I think, is the program to run first. No.
G5.
Defragmentation.
Oh yeah, yeah. As long as you fragment consciousness, you don't have consciousness. All you have is an opinion. Not that I have any of those.
No, 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 neither do I. I heard I heard a saying once that our opinions are like something that's a body part and they mostly both stink.
Yeah, it's everybody has one, and we just leave them to it.
Well,
So
that's probably enough for this week. What do you think?
yeah.
That was
Okay,
a
doke.
lot, folks.
Yeah.
If you're not terrified, come on back next week. Maybe
Oh
by
yeah. Yeah.
Waffle House and Coors will have figured out that they're supposed to be sending us money.
Try to figure out what this is and try to figure out what your own awareness and conscious is. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Increase awareness. Do
The species thanks you for your participation.
it. Okay, bye.